Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another TEW2020 Experiment video here today as we look at a very recent question regarding the status of these two, Naomi and Sasha Banks. Now obviously, as I'm recording this, this past Monday Night Raw, Sasha and Naomi walking out of the show, WWE releasing an official statement, so you know it's that deep. Yeah, a lot of up in the air at the moment regarding Sasha Banks and Naomi. Will WWE release Sasha Banks and Naomi? Almost definitely not. It's Sasha Banks and Naomi, for God's sake. But still, we'll look at what happens if they did, if they were really that stupid to release Sasha Banks and Naomi. So as you can see, Sasha Banks, Naomi, both superstars currently unemployed. And we're going to go forward 3 years, I think, to May 2025. And we'll see how they get on. You know, I'm anticipating them to sign for AEW, but you know what? They might have small trips to Impact. I've loaded Japan, so maybe they'll stop by Shimmer. Who knows? Let's go find out. Without further ado, I will simulate forward 3 years now, and we will look to answer the current question going on of what would happen if WWE released Naomi and Sasha Banks. And here we are, Monday, week 4, May 2025, end of May, 3 years later. And, I mean, Power 500 is always a good place to start. Kenny Omega's the best in the world. Sasha Banks is number 4, wrestling for AEW. She was number 1 in 2023. So, Sasha Banks is Sasha Banks. She's smashing it. Naomi's number 9, and she was number 4 in 2023. So, they're both absolutely killing it. I mean, if I just go to 2023... Sasha Banks, the best wrestler on the planet. Naomi, the 4th best wrestler on the planet. Britt Baker, number 2 as well. So AEW, having all of the top 5, and 3 of them are women. 3 of the top 4 are female superstars of AEW, which, you know what? That's pretty good. So they're in AEW. How are they getting on in AEW, though, is the question, I suppose. So let's have a look. We'll start with Naomi. Hired by AEW pretty quickly. End of May 2022, so less than a month later. Naomi injured with chronic hip pain this past January, though. So she is currently injured. She'll be injured for another 7 months in game. So, yeah. They extended her contract anyway, though, because it's Naomi. So, how'd she get on? Let's have a look at her title history first. 2 titles. AEW TBS and AEW Women's World. She won one of each. The TBS title from January 2024 to May 2024, 5 defenses in 4 months, decent. And AEW Women's World title, August 2024 to November 2024. So, what's that? 3 months, 6 defenses, another good reign. So she had a very good 2024 then, didn't she? 2023, the 4th best wrestler in the world. 2024, both of these titles, holding them for a large portion of the year, you know, title clash. She didn't have a title in June, July, or December. So for 9 out of 12 months, she was holding gold, which is pretty good. In 2025, she got hip pain in January and she'll miss the rest of the year. So, you know, ups and downs, but not largely ups for Naomi. She's done very well. Let's have a look. Her career in AEW, 125 wins, 80 losses, 205 matches, positive record, average rating of 78, highest rating of 98. Where's that 98 then? Go on. It's got to be here, hasn't it? I mean, yeah, it does. I don't know where it is, but it's here somewhere. I couldn't find it right now. And I acknowledge I've probably scrolled past it, as I often do. So if I have scrolled past it, which I've almost definitely done, I see a 96, 93s. Oh, I can't do this all day. So if you, in this scrolling, have noticed, there it is, actually. AEW Rampage, January 2024. There we go. Britt Baker and Sasha Banks defeat Naomi and Julia Hart. So the 2 best wrestlers on the planet, because it's January 2024. So in January 1st of 2024, and this is the first week as well, Britt Baker and Sasha Banks, number 2 and number 1 in the world respectively, taking on Naomi and Julia Hart. Sasha Banks was pulling out 87s, Britt got 100, 82 Naomi, all doing really well, 64 Julia. And yeah, title-wise, I am interested in her reigns. I mean, Women's World, Julia's been a multi-time Women's World Champion. There's Naomi's TBS title, beat Britt Baker for it, eventually lost it to Sasha Banks. So Sasha Banks had gold at the very least, and her women's world title, fighting Sasha Banks a lot for it as well. She defeated Penelope Ford and Mercedes Martinez for it. She eventually lost it to Julia Hart. Another title reign for Julia Hart. Naomi, done very well, incredible in ring, won both titles, putting on amazing matches. What more could you want? I'd say the one thing she could probably want is to not have chronic hip pain, but we don't all get everything we want. But, we take the ups and the downs, and there are plenty of ups in Naomi's career, having left WWE at the very least. How about Sasha Banks, though, the big one? If Sasha Banks was released by WWE, I could see her doing some wrestling, yeah, going to Shimmer, AEW, yeah, definitely. Largely, Hollywood does feel like it's just waiting for Sasha Banks. If she was released, I could definitely just see her saying, okay, I'll just go, hang out with Kevin Hart a bit more, or whatever, But still, in this reality, clearly she did sign for AEW. And she's also, okay, I don't know what, she's exclusively hired by WWE and AEW. Oh, there you go. Her AEW contract expires in 2 days, and she's leaving to sign for WWE, which makes sense considering AEW are paying her $94,000 a month, and WWE are about to pay her $350,000. Yeah, this makes sense. Even if she was released, it's inevitable WWE at one point would be like, oh yeah, we've really messed up. Here's a bag of money. Sasha Banks hired, pretty immediately as well. She got injured for 28 days with concussion. She left to appear in a popular TV show. What popular TV show shall we say that is? Succession. That's popular, isn't it? She went to appear on Succession. Yep. Eventually she came back and hired by WWE. So she's about to sign with WWE, and then a few weeks later she's going to reappear in Succession in this canon for me. But you know what? It's Sasha Banks, so it's worth it. Title-wise, Sasha Banks, a 3-time TBS champion, somehow never won the Women's World title. Just Sasha Banks and Jade Cargill making the TBS title the most attractive title on the planet. February 2023 to September 2023. What's that, a 7-month reign with 12 defenses? Really solid and strong first reign. Her second reign, May 2024 to August 2024. What's that, 3 months, 5 defenses? Decent little reign as well. And then another one, January 2025 to May 2025, 9 defenses. And you have to consider it could have gone longer, but of course, she said, well, I'm going WWE, so AEW may have been like, okay, give us our title back. Which, fair enough. But 3 title reigns for Sasha Banks. Obviously, number 4, fourth best wrestler in the world, best wrestler in the world, 4th best wrestler in the world. All 3 years, the best female wrestler on the planet as well. Sasha Banks is a killer, isn't she? Incredible. Match-wise, I'm expecting very high ratings. Average rating of 84, highest rating of 99. Never got that 100. There is a 99 in here somewhere, though. 155 wins to 37 losses. Just like Naomi, a positive record, a much more positive one. There's a 99 right there, so I don't even have to search. On Dynamite, October 2024, Britt Baker defeated Sasha Banks for the TBS title. She retained it. 100 for Sasha Banks, 97 Britt Baker. Britt Baker, Sasha Banks, they've both been absolute killers for AEW, haven't they? AEW's women's division sent to higher heaven in quality following the... Following the arrival of Sasha Banks and Naomi. Both incredible work. Sasha Banks is up to 90 in the pops, doing amazing. AEW, we haven't gone far enough in the future for them to go bust yet. Good job, Tony. So, tour company, Sasha Banks, one of the big 5. Adam, Kenny, CM Punk, these 3 are pretty standard right now. Britt Baker, you could make a claim, I guess. Bryan Danielson as well exists, though, so who knows. And Sasha Banks, because it's Sasha Banks, of course. Titles, the TBS titles. So the heritage was Jade Cargill eventually lost it after 10 months to Sky Blue. Lost it to Blue Hair Banks. Lost it to Britt Baker. Lost it to Naomi. Lost it to Banks. Britt Baker. Banks. Britt Baker. So Sasha Banks and Britt Baker have been trading the title since... since May 2024. One of them's had it. For the past year, they've been trading it. Incredible matches followed, I'll assume. Raging the Prestige. I mean, just in the last year, it went from 58 to 67, so it's doing very well. The Women's World title's on 68 Prestige, the title-wise. Thunder Rosa lost it to Britt Baker, winning it back. Lost it to Julia Hart, first reign. Hikaru Shida, second reign. Penelope Ford lost it to Naomi, lost it to Julia Hart, first, second reign. Prestige-wise, that's raising 62 to 68. When did Naomi have it? August to November. And looking at August to November, it went from 63 to 66, so she raised the Prestige quite a bit. And looking at the Prestige, the titles are a bit down there. But you know what? It's only been 3 years. You go more years in the future, the way they're looking, they'd raise the Prestige even more. Another interesting thing to look at will, of course, be WWE. Sasha Banksless. Stephanie McMahon's in charge. So is Vince dead? It's always interesting. Sometimes Vince is dead. Sometimes he's just magically not. It really varies. You could go like 1 year in the future and he's dead. You go 10 years and he's still alive and kicking. Owner news. He died in July 2023, pretty quickly. Like I said, a year later in my example. Sasha Banks returns to WWE, #1 in their roster. Does that mean she's literally the most popular star here? What do I want? Perception, major star. Yeah, Sasha Banks. Can anybody touch Sasha Banks? In America, popularity-wise, it's just Sasha Banks and Roman Reigns, head and shoulders above everyone else. Sasha, Naomi, Kevin Owens, Ronda Rousey, Roman Reigns. Incredible lineup. And title-wise, what did they do with the women's tag titles? They kept it vacant for almost a year, and then it went Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, Nikki ASH, Rhea Ripley, Bayley, Becky Lynch, Nikki ASH, Ripley, Evans, Morgan, Ripley, Shirai, Evans, Cora Jade. Some random tag teams, as you'd expect, and is standard in the women's tag division. But to conclude, Sasha Banks and Naomi leaving WWE, go to a new stratosphere. Sasha Banks especially, best wrestler on the planet at one point, and both kill it in AEW completely. I don't know what else to say. They both killed it. They both did a great job, as you'd expect. But that is it for today. Hope you've enjoyed. If you have, then leave a like, subscribe for more, leave a comment down below. Any experiments you'd like to see. And as always, I just want to say thank you for watching.